Tokyo, where time is money and silence is rare, lived Kenji Sato, a high-ranking executive at a thriving tech firm. At 47, Kenji had everything society called success: wealth, status, a corner office with a skyline view. But inside, something was missing. The thrill of deals had faded. His reflection felt unfamiliar. One evening over dinner, his elderly mother spoke softly. "When your grandfather lost his way," she said, "he went to a small village in Yamagata and found an old man who gave him not answers, but clarity." Kenji chuckled at first, but the words stayed with him. Days passed. The noise of the city felt louder. The silence inside, deeper. That weekend, Kenji packed a small bag and boarded a train north, leaving behind the city, the deadlines, the wait. He traveled for hours through falling snow and quiet towns, until he reached a village tucked between the mountains. Locals pointed him to the edge of a forest. There stood a small wooden house, weathered by time. There lived Takahashi-san, a 94-year-old man said to carry wisdom like a river carries time. Kenji found him sweeping leaves from his porch. He bowed deeply. "I came to ask for wisdom," he said. Takahashi only smiled and motioned for him to sit. The old man brewed tea. For 2 hours, he said almost nothing. He simply listened as Kenji spoke of deadlines, profits, promotions, and a constant feeling of running without ever arriving. Then Takahashi picked up a delicate porcelain teacup and began to pour. He poured until the cup was full and kept pouring. Tea spilled over the rim, onto the tray, onto the table. Kenji stared, confused. "What are you doing?" he asked. Takahashi looked at him and said calmly, "You are like this cup, already full. How can you receive anything new if you don't empty yourself first?" That night, Kenji stayed at a small village inn. He looked up at the stars, clear, cold, and endless. They stretched across the sky like stories waiting to be remembered. The next morning, he returned to Takahashi's home. He asked just one question. "What should I do now?" The old man smiled. "Live less like a machine and more like a tree. Grow slow, bend with the wind, and know when to let your leaves fall." Kenji returned to Tokyo. He didn't quit his job, but he changed the way he worked and the way he lived. He began mentoring younger employees, turned down projects that served no purpose, and every morning, before the noise began, he sat in stillness with a cup of tea. The same porcelain cup Takahashi gave him, cracked, imperfect, but whole in a different way. Because wisdom doesn't come when we chase it. It comes when we make space for it.